I think there's some options that should be taken to bring these tests back. But what we shouldn't do, which I think unfortunately some conservatives are advocating for, is return to that testing system because that's precisely what these reform states also got away from. In the private sector, if you want a job, you don't all sit in a room and take a test with a formal score, and the top three people with the best scores in the civil service test, they get hired, and the person with number four doesn't get hired. That's not where we want to go back to. The positive thing that's happened to some extent in the federal government, most especially in the states, is allow managers discretion about who to hire, which is in Texas, by one report, you could have a manager who talks to someone at a coffee shop and says, "Hey, wait, you're exactly who I'm looking for. Would you want to work for me at the Department of Transportation and help build a highway?" And the person could say, "Yeah." And you can hire them just like in a private sector job. The federal government, even though they don't have the same stodgy tests, still has a much too formalized process. Um, David Shulkin, who was a healthcare executive who worked in the Veterans Administration under both uh, uh, Obama and Trump, Trump in the first term, talked about how hard it was where he would try to hire other healthcare executives who he knew were top in the field to run the Veterans Administration or Veterans Affairs health care system. And he would give them into the hiring system, and they would compete against a bunch of people who had no healthcare experience, who didn't know about hospitals. And for whatever reason, the human resource professionals in the federal government would rate these other guys who worked at, say, the Federal Aviation Administration tops, and this best in country healthcare executive wouldn't even get to the top of these lists. And Shulkin was pulling his hair out, saying, "This is insane. I know this guy is the one of the best healthcare executives in the country, and I can't recruit him because he has to go through this formal hiring process."